Good evening and welcome to this yoga session. Let's begin in a couple of minutes. So kindly settle down, sit cross-legged into a comfortable position and we'll get started. Alright, let's begin. So welcome once again to this Tuesday evening session. We shall have the next one on Thursday evening and then followed by the Saturday morning session at 7. To start with, let's sit cross-legged, keeping the spine straight, rolling the shoulders behind, forearms close to the body and the hands into the chin mudra. Let us gently shut our eyes and relax. Begin by relaxing each and every muscle in the body except the spine, which is erect. Your eyes are gently shut and the eyeballs are steady. There is no physical or any kind of a mental tension anywhere, no physical discomfort. You are absolutely seated comfortably into the cross-legged position with the spine straight and the mind calm. Slowly and gently start taking deep inhalations and long exhalations. Remember the golden rule: as you inhale deeply, you will fill up your stomach like a balloon. And as you exhale long and strong, you will contract your stomach and let it out slowly. Continue sitting there, breathing in this controlled manner. Also put an end to all thoughts in the mind and gather all your focus and latch on to your breath. Observe your breath with your mental eyes and pay attention to your own breathing, enabling zero thoughts in the mind. Relax your spine and drop your head down gently, and let's stay put there for a minute or so. Continue breathing in the same manner, relaxing completely. And now, slowly bring your palms together, rub them together. Generate warmth in the palms and cup your eyes gently without pressing them hard. Slowly open your eyes inside and subsequently drop your hands, release and relax. Let's begin with the pranayam technique and then we shall go to the mudra before we begin the asanas for this evening. The first pranayam that we're going to go through is the Anulom Vilom, that is the balancing of the energies into the Sushumna and the Ida Nadi, which are the two nadis present on either side of the Merudanda, which is the spine. So the left hand is into the Chin Mudra. The right hand goes to the Vishnu Mudra, where you fold the index and the middle finger. Remember to use the thumb for closing and opening the right nostril and the last two fingers to close and open the left nostril. That is how you're going to use, hence the Vishnu Mudra. Alright, sitting comfortably, keeping the back straight. Right hand to the Vishnu Mudra. Let's take it up and close the left nostril. Take a deep breath from the right nostril, filling up the stomach like a balloon. Gently close both the nostrils and hold the breath. Open the left nostril and exhale. Inhale deeply from the left. Close both and retain the breath comfortably. Open the right and exhale. Inhale deeply from the right. Close and hold. Open the left and exhale. Inhale again from the left. Close and retain. Open the right and exhale. Drop the hand down. And without the use of the hands, let's inhale deeply from both our nostrils together. Lock the breath comfortably and hold it there. Slowly exhale, exhale, exhale and release and relax. So this is the one cycle of Anulom Vilom. Ideally to be done early in the morning, but you can practice it at any point in time, preferably on an empty stomach. It not only clears the nasal passages and is good for the respiration, but also, like I said, it will balance all the energies in the body and is very essential for the prana or the life force. Let's do one more round of the Anulom Vilom. Once again, the left hand into the Chin Mudra. I choose to drop it in the center. Right hand goes to the Vishnu Mudra. We close the left nostril and begin with the right. One word of advice: when you hold the breath, a lot of people are unable to hold, or even if they hold the breath, they feel a little agitated. So that's the time you can take your attention to the Ajna Chakra or the third eye. Take all the mind's attention there. Observe the chakra like a disc rotating there, latch on there, automatically you'll feel relaxed. So let's do this. Closing the left nostril, we begin with the right. Inhale deeply. Close both and retain. Open left, exhale. Inhale left. Close both and hold. Open right, exhale. Inhale right. Close and hold. Open left, exhale. Inhale left. Retain. Open right, exhale, drop your hand down. And without the use of the hands, once again, a deep inhalation through both the nostrils and a hold. And gently exhale, 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 and release. We shall go into a mudra now. The Jnana Mudra. Just like the Chin Mudra, the Jnana Mudra is the opposite, where the fingers are not relaxed. So you join the tips of the thumb and the index finger, keep the other three fingers straight, and you drop the mudra either upside down or facing the sky and hold it. Jnana Mudra keeps the brain alert and helps in the grasping capacity of your mind. Let's hold this mudra and sit here for about 1.5 to 2 minutes, focusing on the breath, closing your mind to all thoughts. Another minute to go. Very gently relax your spine, release the mudra and recover. Let's begin with the asanas for this evening. The first asana is the Parivritta Dhanurasana or the bow pulling asana. Let's sit with the feet straightened out. We will reach out with the right hand to the right thumb. Lock the elbow, lock the knee. And then reach out with the left hand to the left thumb and pull it behind towards the chest and hold it there. So your left knee is jutting out to the left side and the left foot is against your chest and the abdomen, while your right hand is grasping the right toe flexed out and the knee and the elbow locked. Hold it here and continue breathing for 10 seconds. Breathe continuously and comfortably. And slowly drop, release and change the side. Reaching out to the right side now, locking the right elbow and the right knee. We will fold the left side. We will fold the right leg and subsequently pick up the foot and place it against the chest and the abdomen. Remember, your left hand, your left knee is locked. Breathe comfortably. Exhale and slowly drop down and relax before we repeat it one more time. Okay, let's do this again on the right side now. Flex the right foot, reach out and grab the right toe as your right elbow is locked, your right knee is locked. Holding the left foot, we will grab the left toe and pick up the leg and bring the foot to the chest. Hold it here as you breathe in, breathe out comfortably for 10 seconds. Very good for the shoulders, very good for the wings, very good for the arms. And of course it works wonders on the calves and the hamstrings. In 5 seconds we're going to let it off. Gently exhale and drop down and interchange the side right away. Ten seconds to go. In 5 seconds, we'll let it off. Exhaling, drop the foot down, release, relax, and come to the Baddha Konasana, which is joining the sole to sole, toe to toe, bringing it close to your private parts or as close to the groin as possible. Adjusting your buttocks, drop the knees down to the floor and sit tall. Remember, in the last few sessions also I had mentioned that in case you have tightness of hips or there is not much flexibility in your legs and your hip joints, most of those people will be able to sit in this manner or this manner and this manner. However, if you have the flexibility in the hip joints, you should be able to drop the knees completely to the floor and sit erect. So let's hold this. Sit tall, holding the pose for about 15 seconds. Feel a nice burn in the inside of your groins. Feel a nice burn in the hip joints as the hip joints open up or try to open up. Without letting go of the grip, slowly relax the spine and then let go of the grip. Keep the feet joined together we're going to give a nice stretch to the back. So the palms go to the floor in the front, locking the elbows, keeping the knees drop to the floor. We simply now bend the elbows and drop the forearms to the ground. Achieving this may be a challenge for quite a few people if they do not have the flexibility. Not an issue, do it as per your capacity. This will make you feel an intense pull inside the groin muscles, even intense than what we did earlier. Simply drop the entire forearm on the floor in front of your legs and stay there. Let's go to a variation in a few minutes, in a few seconds rather, which would be dropping the head down and going down and swelling your toes. So take a deep breath, exhale and go down. Slowly rise up and then walk back and relax. From here, let's exit the Baddha Konasana and come to the next asana, which is the Agni Stambhasana. Now in the Agni Stambhasana, there is a slight change of the cross-leg position, very similar to the cross-leg position. However, remember, in a traditional cross-leg position, when we sit, the knees go out to the 45-degree angle. Observe, this is my body line, the obliques. However, the knees are not in that line, they are out. So in Agni Stambha, we will lift one knee up, place the other one there and try to balance it down. Again, opening up the hip joint, the ball joint into the hip. So here is what we need to do. Let's begin by opening up the left leg, bringing the right knee inside in line with the oblique. So you sit straight and the knee also comes in line with the body. So straight. The knee is not out now. The knee is inside, dropped well on the floor. On this knee, you are going to now place the middle of the foot and press this knee down and hold or just give a support under the ankle. The more you press the upper knee, the more you're going to feel a twitch in the hip joint. You will feel like the hip opening up. Very effective for people with tight hips. Very good for an active sex life. Very, very essential for women who are keen on natural childbirth. But of course, in today's day and age, a natural childbirth is something far-fetched. Everybody wants a shortcut and everybody opts for a cesarean. So, we press the knee down, we support the ankle from below and hold it. So remember, the action is this. Press the knee down, support the ankle. In the pressing action, that's where you should be able to feel the twitch in the hip muscle. Let's hold it there for about 10 seconds. This is also very effective if you want to get into squatting positions. If you are not habitual to squatting down, the typical Indian toilet system, then this is one of the asanas that you must practice to open up your hip joints. On this note, let's release and change the side. Remember, once again, I'm coming to a simple traditional cross-leg position. From here, I now open up my right foot, bring the left leg in line with the oblique or the side of my body. So the knee is flushed with the side. And then I simply pick this up, bring the center of the leg, that is between the knee and the ankle, the center. I place it on the knee. Support under the ankle and I push down the knee. Again feeling a twitch in the hip joint and opening it up. Press down hard completely onto the knee and hold it there for about 10 seconds. And slowly release it, relax and come back to the normal Sukhasana or the cross-legged position. Remember today's Tuesday, of course, the Thursday evening session is going to be focusing on Surya Namaskars or Sun Salutations. We're going to do 3 types or the 3 forms of the Surya Namaskars, which is the traditional, the Ashtanga and the Vinyasa. So kindly attend that session. It should be a very intense session which will burn, and at the end of it you're going to feel energized and absolutely full of energy and invigorated. On this, let's now go to the next asana. Open up the feet, again joining the heels together, about 1 palm distance between the heels and your groin. So you should be able to drop a palm in there. Heels joined, toes lifted up. Grab them. Keeping the elbow locked, you will simply grab only the big toe now and move the torso to a 30-degree angle behind. From here, tucking your core inside your stomach and your abdomen. Keeping the elbows straight, we are going to lift the feet in front of the face and then open it up and hold it there. This is the happy baby version in a seated form. This asana is also practiced lying on the back. Very good as a de-stressing asana. Again, very good for the arms and open up the hip joints. Slowly bring the heels together, drop them to the ground and relax. We shall do this one more time and then I will show you the version which is the lying down version called the Balakridasana or the happy baby pose. Just like a small infant, a newly born baby, not very newly born but probably 2 months, 3 months, you will find them sleeping, holding their big toes and trying to suckle onto the toes. So that's exactly the position. The only difference is we are not going to suckle on the toes. So once again, lift, heels joined, toes gripped, elbows locked, torso at a 30-degree angle, core tucked inside, and then subsequently lifting up of the heels in front of the face and opening it up. 10 seconds to go. Five. Slowly bring it together, drop it down and release. Let's do the sleeping version of this pose. Fold like the Namaskar. Grip. Automatically your elbows are locked. All you need to do is simply open the hands out. The soles of your feet should be pointing to the sky. Relax your back, relax your head and shoulders and stay put there for 15 seconds. At the end of it, you should feel very calm and composed. Gently bring them together and drop and relax. Before you repeat it one more time for 15 seconds. Alright, let's get ready once again, joining the feet into the Namaskar. Gripping the big toes and opening the arms wide. Slowly bring them together, drop it down, roll to the right and get up slow. The happy baby pose in the sleeping form or the Balakridasana works wonders on the entire lower abdomen, especially in women who experience a lot of period cramps. So if you are one of those women who have periodic cramps during your period cycle or your monthly cycles, this is the time you can practice the Balakridasana by lying down onto your back. You can also take a bolster underneath or at the lower back. I hope you know what a bolster is. A bolster is a round cylindrical pillow. So you place a bolster underneath the lower back and you get into a Sukhasana, which is an extended cross-leg position, dropping the knees to the ground. Placing the bolster behind, you drop yourself down and you sleep comfortably, placing your hands on your stomach. So the bolster is there at the back and you lie down and you place your hands on the stomach. This gives a considerable relief from the period pains and cramps that a lot of women experience. And one more very interesting form of remedy that can work wonders on the period cramps. If you have brandy at home, take a ball of cotton, dip it into the brandy, squeeze it out a little bit, make sure it's not very dry and not completely squeezed. There should be some brandy in it, and then place it onto your navel and lie down flat. Obviously you will place it onto the navel directly underneath your clothes, not on top. So a ball of cotton dipped into brandy placed on the navel will get rid of period cramps. Okay? On that note, let's stand up for a few asanas. Very basic stretches for the calves, hamstrings and the glutes. So we are going to stand, taking the left foot and bringing it to the other side. So the little toes of the both feet are going to be together. Thumbs extremely out and the little toes together. Crossing. You will now simply go down and bend and drop your fingertips to the floor. The more you extend, the more you will feel a pull on the calf and the hamstring of the leg behind. You feel a nice tight pull, and that is what is expected. So drop down and hold. Make sure the knee of the leg at the back is locked. You don't soften the knee. The knee in the front is soft, obviously, because we have turned the foot on the other side. And then you simply gently come up and change the position. Again, little toe to the little toe. The knee in the front is soft, the knee at the back is locked, and you simply go down and try to reach to the floor. If you cannot, pulse in, pulse out, and ultimately you should be able to reach. So hold that for a couple of seconds and then slowly come up. Let's do another variation to this. Gripping the elbows at the back. We are going to take a step forward in the 45-degree angle. So out. The leg in the front is locked at the knee. The leg behind is also locked at the knee. You turn your torso towards the leg in the front and you simply bend down and try to take your nose towards the knee. Again, you should be able to feel a nice pull here, right from the calf up towards the glutes. Go down as per your capacity and slowly come up, works on the lower back also, and walk back. Let's do this with the other leg. Walk forward into the 45-degree angle. Lock both knees, turn the torso to the leg in the front, and exhaling, slowly bend down and hold till you feel a nice stretch on the calf, hamstring and the glute of the left leg. Inhale and slowly come up, walk behind. From here, let's go to a nice balancing asana. Now, taking comfortable position, let's squat down on the toes, opening the knees into a V, like the way I have squatted. Torso straight, spine straight. Let's see if you're able to balance at least this much for now. Because if you're not into regular balancing poses or postures, even sitting into this position may be a challenge for a lot of people. They will start going off balance. So first, gather your balance here. Make sure your buttocks are lightly resting on your heels and your body weight is onto the toes. Now from here, we are going to bring the heels together and open up the knees like window panes. So, take the support of your fingertips at the back and bring the heels together and open the knees wide, sit tall, placing your palms onto the knees. So now the heels are joined together and they are resting just below your buttocks, while your hands are resting on your knees and you're balancing there. The entire body weight is on your toes. 5 seconds to go. From here, slowly drop the palms to the floor. Turn the feet parallel to each other, in turn bringing the knees inward, and then squat completely. The whole foot on the floor and your triceps resting on your knees. From here, hands into the Namaskarasana. Sit straight tall. And ultimately, let's push back into the Sukhasana. October 30th is a blue moon. A blue moon is a phenomenon when you have 2 full moons in the same month. We had a full moon on the 1st of October. We have the second full moon in the same month, that's the 30th of October. So 30th October, 9 p.m, there will be a full moon meditation session on Facebook. It's going to be a Facebook live event on one of the pages that I am also part of, called FUME, F-U-M-E, Fit You and Me. That's what it stands for. I will of course talk about this again on Thursday. If you're interested in that meditation session, do join me on Friday night at 9 o'clock on Facebook Live on the FUME page to make sure that you attend and reap the benefits of the full moon meditation. It's the Kojagiri Purnima, the largest and the brightest Purnima of the entire year. So let's make the most of this meditation session. For now, let us go to a relaxation technique and then slowly go towards the end of the session. However, before that, when you sit into a cross-leg position, I want you to uncross. So drop the leg out. One leg in the front, the other leg at the back. So they are not crossed. They are not crossed, but they are in this manner and not crossed. Okay. Again, sit straight. Enables you to drop the entire foot to the floor, entire leg to the ground. Back straight. From here, simply come forward and drop your forearms to the ground. Open them up. And if you have the capacity to bend further, or if you do not feel any discomfort, you can now drop your head down and relax for about 20 seconds. Slowly come up and relax. Now this position works wonders on the abdomen. It is understood because we are bending down completely, pressing the diaphragm and the abdomen inside. So this takes care of constipation, this takes care of gases, all kinds of issues with the digestion system. It also gives a nice massage to the entire obliques and the lower back and increases the flexibility of the spine. Now we are going to change the position. So the leg in the front will go behind and the leg at the back will come to the fore. From here, once again, we will drop down, relax here first, and then drop your forehead and relax for 20 seconds. Gently lift up and relax. One thing I hope you may have noticed in this asana is the leg that is placed in the front, the glute of that leg, that's the back of the thigh. You feel an intense pull on the glute, and that is what is expected, and that is what you must feel. With this, let us go down to a relaxation. Sitting down into a comfortable cross-leg position. We will not relax in a Shavasana today because we will be doing the Shavasana for a longer duration on Thursday after the intense sun salutations. For now, we will be relaxing in a seated position. So choose your seated position, whether the Sukhasana or the Siddhasana where you open up the feet, whatever that makes you comfortable. Keep your spine straight, roll the shoulders behind, and simply drop your hands into the Brahmanjali Mudra, which is dropping the left palm inside the lap, placing the right palm on it, and joining the thumb tips. You can choose to drop your head down or keep it straight. However, close your eyes now and keep your eyeballs steady. Relax the entire body. Start with relaxing the shoulders, the neck and the throat muscles. As you sit there with your eyes shut, relax the facial muscles. Keep your eyeballs extremely steady. No discomfort anywhere physically. No thoughts in the mind. As you take your mind's attention and focus it on your breathing. Again, inhale deeply, filling up your stomach like a balloon. And exhale long and slow, as you contract your stomach, pulling it inward. Continue with this breathing as we move to the end of the session in a few minutes. Relax each and every muscle except the spine. You are comfortably seated there with no tensions. With every exhalation, throw out all your mental tensions and let it go. You can now relax your spine, soften the spine, and drop a head down, chin to the chest. Slowly and gently bring the palms together, rub them together. Cup your eyes, feel the warmth. Open your eyes inside and then let go of the hands and drop them down. Thank you for joining me this evening. I will see you on Thursday, same time, same place, for an extensive Surya Namaskars or the Sun salutations. I wish you all a blessed night and a peaceful night. Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sheshe. Thank you and good night.